You ever have these moments with your friends where you're playing around, you're joking around with each other, you start making fun of each other about, a haircut you got, or a certain piece of clothing you're wearing, or even a pimple that you got in your face. See, all these jokes that they make, they're all surface level, they're all trivial jokes. But some of the jokes can get a little bit personal. I've been on the receiving end of these jokes, and sometimes when you get to the receiving end of these jokes, you feel some type of way. And it's not all bad. Us guys, making jokes is how we become friends. I have some of the greatest friendships due to the jokes that I've made against me and the jokes that I made against them. Sort of like an unwritten rule for guys to make a joke about each other, and then a friendship ensues. But then the jokes get a little bit personal, and you don't know whether to fight back or to let it slide. And if you do fight back, you don't know how. Whether it be fighting back in the moment or fighting back at a later time, you just don't know how to defend yourself. And there are 3 reasons why you don't know how to defend yourself, why you don't know how to fight back, why you don't know how to stand up for yourself. And I'm gonna reveal that in this video. And don't worry, I'm also gonna teach you guys how you can defend yourself as well. And the first reason being, you care too much about what other people think about you. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it gets a little bit complicated when you make that your personality. You become a people pleaser. And it's definitely common to fall into that trap, especially when you're joining a new club or a new sport or doing something new. I felt that way when I went to my high school, being one of the only few people from my middle school going to that same high school. And it's completely normal. You just want to fit in. You don't want to seem like that oddball out. So you do a lot of things just to fit in. But doing that takes a toll on you that you don't really realize at the moment. You start losing a little bit of sense of yourself. You start losing your true self. You start feeling out of place. You lose that congruence. And you try hiding these weird hobbies that people might think that you have. Well, really, it's just who you are. And now your personality is basically what other people think of you. It's something that they made for you, not what you made for yourself. And I know a little bit of you wants to break out of that and be yourself again, but you're afraid of getting made fun of. So what you have to do to combat that, especially when they make fun of you for a hobby that you love doing, say like reading a comic book, man, or even like, mountain biking or something out of the ordinary. One thing you can do to combat this is to not respond back. You don't have to give them that energy to explain why you love doing the things that you love doing, why you made that your hobby. You don't need to waste any of your energy on that. Let them lose mental energy on wondering why you do the things that you love to do and keep doing what you love to do. But if you want something to say, ask them, why are you wasting your time and energy making fun of me for doing something I love? And with that realization, you realize who's really the weird one there. So you gotta stop caring about what other people think about you. Just like how Drake's doing that 20v1 he has with many different rappers right now in the industry. He's still producing music, he's handling business as he should and not backing down. Despite all the insults he's gotten so far, he's holding it down. Now the second reason would be not enough mental training, or honestly, not enough exposure to being made fun of. I went to an all-boys high school, and literally all we did from morning to the afternoon when school closed was make fun of each other. Jokes were getting cracked constantly against each other. I think we used to call them packs back in the day. You used to get packed on. And yes, of course, your boy was on the receiving end of it almost every damn day. But I didn't waver because I learned a couple things while getting packed on. I used to get made fun of for various things, like, my haircuts. My haircuts were atrocious back in the day. The outfits that I wore, the style that I had, it's just like, I was just asking for it. And being a freshman, sophomore, I didn't really know how to defend myself back in the day. But junior, senior years, where something clicked, it was weird. It was like all of a sudden I knew how to combat all the jokes that were said against me for the past 2 years. And I realized it's just like any situation that you're in, when you're first exposed to it, like a newborn, you're never gonna know how to navigate that properly. You need guidance from someone who's experienced that over and over again, like your parents who were taking care of you when you were just born. Or you can compare it to playing a sport. For soccer, you want to learn how to kick the ball harder. You got to take days, months, years to practice a specific technique to kick the ball harder. It even applies to your social life. The more exposure you get, you can consider that as training. The more you expose yourself to situations like that, the better you are at navigating how to find ways around it. You sort of have to bite the bullet a couple times to learn how you can counter it or avoid it. God damn, did I have to bite the bullet a couple times. So you need that mental training when it comes to taking advantage of situations like that. I'm not saying become a living, breathing joke. I'm not saying go look for trouble. You can if you want, but just don't tell them that Joe Prodigy told you to do so. From a guy speaking from experience, the best way to combat situations like this is to just bite the bullet. Take it. Absorb it. Figure out ways at home to combat it. Then you're ready for the next situation. And unfortunately, this is just one of those instances where practice just makes perfect. You just gotta throw yourself in the fire and pray to God that you don't burn too badly. You're gonna burn, it's gonna hurt, but you're gonna learn from it. That's the whole point. We all know that guy's just insanely witty with jokes, insanely good with the comebacks. You wonder how in the world can you come up with that so fast? It takes me like 3 to 5 business days to come up with a comeback. And this guy takes like 3 to 5 seconds. And you think it's like a God-given gift that he's just naturally born with. But realistically, it's because he's been made fun of a couple times and is putting that simulation practice to use. And you can do the same thing. You just gotta put in the work. It's indirect, but the results are good. But if you want a surefire way to increase your problem solving and decision making skills while being in the comfort of your bed or sitting in a chair like I am right now, you can play the mobile game called Kingsters. It's in the App Store. I keep telling you this game is a lot better than chess or checkers or any mobile game that you've been playing so far. And it comes with the benefit of learning how to be insanely quick with your wit, insanely quick with your comebacks, because it constantly puts your brain in a prime state, making you ready for any type of rebuttal, any type of action that's about to transpire. And it's fun, and it's free. So download the game in the App Store. I'll put the link down in the description. The third reason why you don't know how to defend yourself or stand up for yourself for that matter is because you don't really know yourself. Let me explain what I mean. You know, a lot of people that I've talked to, they swear on everything that they're a nice person. Like they're just some peaceful, lovable person that can do no harm to anybody else. They're a pacifist. They can do no harm to anyone, ever. And that may be true for most people. But I know for a fact that you can get angry. No person on earth is susceptible to everlasting peace. And if you are, let me know. I'm trying to find that secret. But typically, you've been angry before. Like imagine you're playing Call of Duty. You're constantly getting killed. You're not progressing. You're not doing anything in the game. You're constantly losing. How would that make you feel? It'll make you want to either get back at your controller or get back at the person who's killing you constantly. Truth of the matter is, you're trying to get back. Why? Because you're angry. And it's okay to be angry, okay? Because whether you like it or not, you have a monster inside you. You have this beast inside you trying to break out and express themselves in the way that it needs to be so you don't get taken advantage of. Because there's no doubt that nice guys always finish last, solely because they get taken advantage of, whether it be from women or men. And it can either be in a professional setting or a casual setting as well. At the end of the day, nice guys always finish last because, and it ties into number one, they become a people pleaser, forgoing any intentions that they have for themselves, any of their wants, any of their needs. It's like you're at the end of the rainbow, about to grab the pot of gold, but you're getting stopped at the last step. You can't touch that because something's holding you back. And that person being you, the people pleaser. What you need to do is accept the fact that you can't get angry, that you have that beast inside you. You can be assertive, okay? Someone does something that harms you, you can be the person that stand up for yourself and tell that person that F off. I didn't want to curse, there were kids right by me, but you know what I mean. Being that nice guy is holding you back from your true potential, holding you back from getting what you want. And I read this in a book called No Limits to Nice Guy. It's actually a really nice book. I'll link it down in the description below as well. That book makes me understand that if you want what you want in life, the sex, the money, the life that you want to live, you gotta let people stop walking all over you and assert yourself in a dominating manner. So if you want some motivation on how to not be that nice guy anymore, then look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, release that beast inside. You can stand up for yourself. I'm him. I believe that Jordan Peterson said this quote, and I love this quote because it pertains to what number 3 is all about. I'll read it off my phone. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in war. So the question you gotta ask yourself is, are you gonna continue being a nice guy that gets taken advantage of by literally any person that's in their life right now? Or are you gonna be a controlled beast that knows when and where to assert themselves in any situation to make sure that they're never taken advantage of ever again? The choice is yours. But if you like what you heard in this video, make sure to like, subscribe, make sure to share this with someone who needs to hear this. Make sure to check out this video right here. It's my latest upload. I think you guys will enjoy it. Other than that, develop a prodigy mindset and tackle your problems with everything you got. I believe in you. Take care. Peace.